Hi, so today it's a day where I'm going to show you my finished insert, traveler's notebook insert about my very short trip to Rome 2 weeks ago. Yeah, approximately 2 weeks ago. And I posted a picture on Instagram, this one, where I said that I'm going to make keep all my ephemera or my memorabilia from this trip in an insert. And I got the question if I can show the final insert when everything is in it. So, and I said, of course I can. So this is the video. And just to let you know, I didn't use any board insert. I made my own, and this is one of it. So a while ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago or so, I made a few of these black ones. So it's black cardstock, and then it's not really black paper, but for me it's black. It's really dark. So I made these insert. It's a little structured, so it has a bit of texture to it. So it's nice, and I used one of these for this one, but I covered it in some paper so it looks nicer. So I think it's good if it's black, but if it's in my cupboard, so on my shelf, I like it when it's a bit more colorful, and I didn't want to use a lot of stickers to cover it, so I used a piece of wrapping paper, and this one, so this is the top part of the wrapping paper, and this one is then the second part, right? So you can see it. So I used this, and I had this from Flow magazine. Okay, dokie. So this is a sticker I bought on AliExpress, and this little package here. And then this one is from Tim Holtz paper pad memorando. Okay, so let's dive in. So I used a white marker, and in total I have just two markers, white markers. I have this Uniball from Signo broad, and then this Jelly Roll pen, and I use this one. Both are okay, both are not brilliant, but okay. So, but it felt when I was testing writing on the black paper, this one felt better, so I went with this. Okay, so, and I kind of made like a border around each text, so this is on each page. And in the beginning I wrote a little bit about the beginning of the day. It was a Sunday, 13th of May, and there was also my sister's birthday, and I had some issues with the registration I talked a bit about, and that, yeah, this was the starting of the day. And then here I ended my kind of intro into this insert, and it says let's go, because then it really started, or the trip started. So I went on a business trip, on a conference. The conference name is CTAG, and this is a yearly conference, and I was chosen to go there. So my company decided that I go to the conference, and I went from Karlsruhe with the train to Frankfurt airport, and then I took an airplane to Rome and taxi, people. Okay, so, and then in the beginning I write a bit about sitting in a train, and the book I chose to read during my trip. I'm reading Murakami, and this is my all-time favorite author. I have read so far, I believe it's like 13-14 books, and I like his books. So there may be one or two books I don't like so much, but these are very books he wrote in the beginning, but since then I like them all, and I like them if he writes really long novels, and he has a really brilliant imagination. I like this. And some of his shorter stories, they are really crazy, and it's kind of weird reading them, but it's at the same time it's fun, because you have to think about it. There's a human being, and he had all this in his mind, and he wrote it down. It's just awesome. So I like him, and I was writing a quote, what he said, and an old sticker. Yeah. So, and then I'm writing about being at the airport, and that I always need these earplugs because I can't do this pressure exchange. So I know you can hold your nose or drink something, either chewing gum or whatsoever, but this is something which will not help me. I have really bad pain, and I need these earplugs to kind of handle the pain. So, and this is a must-have for me, and this was I was journaling about. And then in my boarding pass, I always take a picture out of the window, because most often I sit at the window, and I like it. So I like watching out, so, and seeing the clouds and the blue sky. It's awesome. It gives you kind of a nice feeling of being free, even if you aren't. So yeah. So, and that's about. And then I arrived at the airport, and then I went to the hotel. So I always make some pictures of the hotel first before I sleep or whatever, or unpack. I make some pictures, and then I'm talking about going to the conference. And if you see this washi tape, it's just because I don't want to show all my private or company information, right? So you get your name tag, and then this is a picture of the conference building. And then I was writing a bit about finding something for dinner and going back into the hotel and going to sleep. And since I don't have a caravan or so, I never know where to use these kind of stickers. So I use them always when I write about something like a hotel or home, because this is, you can interpret as this. So I'm using this. So, and then it's the next day. This is a little strip of this band, what is hanging around your neck when you wear your tag, your name tag. And I woke up pretty early, so I made myself a tea while still being or relaxing in the morning. I don't like black tea a lot. I'm more like an herb tea person, peppermint. But this was the best choice from all the teas they had to choose from, so I used this. And then I journaled about me being totally not a person who wears business clothing, and I don't have any business dress or a business women's suit or so. I don't have it, so I don't wear anything with heels. I'm a jeans, sneaker, t-shirt person, right? So I wear my lemon dress I have. So it's a dress, so it's okay, right? And it has lemon, so it's colorful. I like it too. And so I'm journaling about this, that I always try to be myself, so be you, because I can't be a different person by wearing something which would feel uncomfortable and not right. So I was journaling about that. And then about the conference day and the dinner, the lunch we got, and the sessions, and that I lost my notepad and so on. Yeah. And then I went back to the hotel and went with the metro to basically downtown to go on an evening event from a company I was invited to. And so this is a metro plan and my card, and I was writing also about the person who was standing in front of the ticket machine, and he had no coins, and the machine only wanted to take coins. So I bought him a ticket. I was writing about this, and then I had 1.5 hours time to walk around before the evening event. So I left the metro at the Colosseum, and then I walked towards the Trevi fountain. Do you say this in English? I don't know. And so I had a sticker which looked very similar to this church here, and I took a picture of the Colosseum, used some washi and a sticker and the Trevi fountain, and so on. And I got this little this sticker here I got from Susanna, from her channel name is Schnullo, and I was able to use it here. And then I walked through the streets and I found a supermarket, and this supermarket sold bacci, and this is an Italian chocolate, and I know it because we have a lab we work with sometimes, and they send us some chocolate, Italian chocolate, for Christmas, and it's nice. It's a nice Italian chocolate. I mean, I would prefer Belgium or Swiss chocolate, but for Italian chocolate is really good. So, and you always get in each of these, like, it's in American I would say, do we say kisses? You have these kisses, and it's very similar to like with the wrapping, but it's more flat. So, but in each of them you get this little type of paper, and there's always a saying on this one in different languages. So I put one here, and then more pictures, and then I was documenting about the evening event, which was on this roof garden restaurant on top of the hotel here, and the view. And it was really nice weather, and it was a really nice evening with all the people there. And then you were even you could blah blah. There was a possibility to even go one floor higher, so you were really on top of the hotel and had a really nice view about the Forum Romanum. So this was awesome. And then going back with the metro, and then the next day I needed to check out. This was kind of a piece of a tag around my luggage because I left it in the hotel until the afternoon. And I was writing about the breakfast and taking a PhD student with the taxi because it was raining a lot, and again about the sessions on the conference and the lunch. And then I had to say goodbye to the conference because I need to go home again. And then I was journaling about my trip home, because my mobile phone provider stopped working for this day, and I couldn't reach home, I couldn't reach Niels. I needed to find at the airport in Germany, I needed to find a coin telephone to talk to my neighbor and so on. So it was a really weird evening, but it started really nicely because I was able to fly business class, and it was for the first time. So I needed to write a lot about this because it was so nice sitting in business class, very quiet, nobody next to me, and the nice view out of the window. It was lovely weather, and then about the nice food, and that you get your drinks in real glasses, and you even get real silverware, not plastic. This was awesome. And about reading again, and then this A2 was where I was seated, and then that we this was a picture taken when we were already going down. So this is Mainz Wiesbaden, and then Frankfurt is like really close to it. So it was a really nice view, and I was journaling about that. And then I was journaling about my not so nice part of the evening. I landed like around 9 p.m. and then the train had delay, and it was not only just like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. No, the train had delay over 2 hours. So what I basically then in the end I needed to take another train, and the train also had some delay. So I was so tired. Instead of being at home like at 12, I was home at the next day 1:30 a.m. So with almost 2 hours later I arrived at home, and Niels needed to pick me up. And that was the lucky part that at like 10:30 the mobile provider worked again, so I was able to reach him and always tell him, okay, still waiting, and now I'm on a train, meet me at blah blah blah, right? So I was journaling about that a lot here. And then so they picked me up, that Niels and Finja picked me up, and I used this bicycle as like being picked up and the heart, and that I'm happy being home again. And then here's the end of the trip. But then I was writing a little bit about the next morning and how it is for me not being able to get enough sleep, and that I felt really groggy at the next morning, and I wasn't able to work, so I needed to call at the company to say I can't work today. So because I have to be very careful with myself, I need to listen to my body a lot, because I'm a migraine person, and if I don't sleep enough, I really risk getting a migraine, and I don't want this. So, and I felt so bad this morning, so I didn't work for the day. But it was nice going to the conference, and this is something sometimes you can't really, I mean, this is a thing that the train had over 2 hours delay. It's nothing I can do, right? So this is my short trip, and I think it's pretty good. It's like a couple of pages. I'm satisfied with it. So I will put it now on my shelf in my craft room, and I can take it out when I want to look back and remember what happened. So this is always good. So it's a good way of memory keeping. I like it a lot. So this is my little layout, or my not little layout, sorry. This is my little insert, and I hope you like it. If you have any questions, comments, whatsoever, you can write me in the comments below. And I hope you have a nice day, and see you next time. Bye!